Hi friends, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a hip flexor focus class with a little bit of strengthening and stretching as well in some lunges. I am going to use my circle just in the warm-up. If you don't have one, that's okay. I can show you a different way to do the warm-up. So I'm going to start with one red, one green. So that's one heavy, one medium spring on. I'm going to start with a little bit of single leg footwork here. I've just put my headrest up. We're going to lay down on our backs. All right, I'm going to start with my right heel on the foot bar, left leg in tabletop position, and then I'm going to have the circle, one handle on my thigh, one handle in my hands with my elbows nice and wide. Start by pressing that carriage out long with that right heel, and then returning the carriage all the way back in with control. Just warming up here. Now if you don't have a circle, you can hold also a ball in between your hands and your knee, or you can do it with just your hand pressing or your hands pressing just above the knee as well. I'm just going to use the circle to help warm up this hip flexor a little bit of the left leg. Exhale to press, inhale to return, keeping a nice neutral spine. Next time you press out, we're going to press our hands into the circle. Don't let that left leg move. Release as you bring the carriage in. Exhale, pressing in and release. So the key here is just the hands are pressing and you're resisting the press with that left leg. So that left hip flexor is working nice and hard to keep the leg in tabletop and not let it drop down with the force. Press as hard as you can with those hands. You're really getting that hip flexor nice and warm. Let's go for 3 more like this. On this next one, come in halfway, hold the carriage still. We're just going to keep working those circle presses. Keep that carriage still at that halfway point, so we're isometrically working that right leg. Keep that left leg as still as you can. Keep the carriage still for 4, 3, 2. Hold the press into the circle, little pulses with the carriage. Out a few inches, in a few inches. Don't let that left knee drop for 4, 3, 2. We're going to press all the way out, release the press of the circle, and bring the carriage all the way in. Let's warm up the other side. So let's do left heel on the foot bar, right leg in tabletop. One handle of the circle is on the thigh, one handle in the hands. Start by just pressing that carriage out and resist the springs to come in. Let's start adding in that press of the circle. So when you press the carriage out, press your hands into the circle as hard as you can. Release as you come in. Resisting that press with that right leg. Good. Keeping both hips nice and even on the carriage. Let's do 3 more. On this one, come halfway in, hold the carriage still with that left leg. Keep pressing into the circle and release. So both legs are staying nice and still. You should even feel your core and definitely your arms working here to press as hard as you can. For 3, 2, Hold the press into the circle, pulse the carriage out a few inches, in a few inches with that left leg. Don't let that tailbone start lifting. Keeping the hips heavy. Here for 4, 3, 2. Press all the way out on this next one. Release the press of the circle and then come all the way in. Just drop those legs from side to side. All right, we don't need our circle anymore, so I'm going to place it off to the side. I'm going to roll on up and change our springs for some lunges here. So I'm going to go for just one green spring, which is one medium spring. I'm going to step off to the back of the reformer so you can see what my back leg is doing. So we're going to have our outside foot up near the foot bar. So I've got my right foot forward, left foot up against the shoulder block. We're just going to start with some lunges here. So I'm going to keep that left leg nice and straight. Keep a slight tuck under with the tail. Don't let your bottom stick out behind you. Bending through that front leg. Let the body lean forward a little bit. And then press the floor away from you to stand up nice and tall. Go again, drop low into that lunge. So that back leg is staying straight the whole time. Sinking as low as you can. And that foot bar is always there for balance if you need it. Really pressing through that front heel to stand. We're going to add on, sink low into your lunge. You're going to drop that back knee down, lift the chest. You should feel a nice stretch down the front of the back leg. Bring the carriage in by driving that back knee into the stopper. And shift your weight to the front leg and stand up tall. Straighten the back leg. Press out to your long lunge. Drop the back knee down, lift the chest. And then draw that back knee in with control. Sink as low as you can. Stay nice and low as you drop that back knee. And then control the carriage in. So we're actually contracting this hip flexor to draw that carriage in. I'm feeling my back glute working as well as obviously my front leg here. Foot bar is always there if you need it. Try not to let that lower back arch here. That's what takes the stretch out of the hip flexor. If the lower back starts to arch, keep the slight tuck under of the tail. On this next one, we're going to reverse it. So we're going to drop the back knee down first. Let that back knee slide out from under you as you drop the hips low. Lean the body forward, press out to a straight leg. And then press through the front heel to stand. Bend the back leg to come in. There's a lot of steps there. Drop the back knee down. Let the back knee slide out to come into your lunge. Then drop the body forward, straighten the back leg. Stand up nice and tall. Keep going like this, drop the back knee. Pressing away, keep the chest lifted. Then lean the chest forward. Press the back leg to straight and stand up tall. Again, that foot bar is there if you need it. This can be a bit of a balance challenge, very tricky on our legs here. Our hips. Focus on getting as far out as you can till you feel that hip flexor stretch before you straighten the back leg. Let's do 2 more. Last one here. And standing up tall. All right, let's drop that back knee down. We'll come into a little bit more passive stretching now. So keep the tuck, really squeeze those glutes. Then you're gonna slowly let that back leg swing out from under you just a little bit until you're feeling a little stretch at the very top of the hip. You're gonna place the same hand as the front leg on that knee. And the same arm as the back leg is gonna come into a little side bend without letting the body lean forward or back. We'll let the body lean over to the side a little bit. You should feel a deeper stretch in that hip. Breathing here. That front leg is working hard to keep you stable, I know. Good, bring that arm down. You're now going to drop even lower. Keep the tuck. Let yourself sink deeper by letting that back knee slide out from under you. Keep the hips pressed forward. Don't let them drop forward. Don't let that lower back arch. Keeping a nice straight spine. If you need a little break and come back into it, you can do that too. Here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to bring your hands to the foot bar. Let your chest lean forward and really drop those hips low. You'll feel this a little bit more, a bit lower in the back leg, more in the quad. And then those front toes that are on the ground, turn them away from you so they're pointing away from the reformer. Knee will also drop out to the side. And then you can press with either your elbow or your hand to press that front knee away from you. You should feel a little bit of an opening through the back of the front leg as well. Just focus on your deep breaths here. Keep the belly pulled in. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to point my front toes forward, lift my chest, use the foot bar to come all the way in. Grab a quick drink and then I will see you for the other side. All right, we're over to the other side now. Get my circle out of the way. Let's bring our outside foot next to the foot bar, inside foot up against the shoulder block here. We're just gonna start with our lunges. So back leg is nice and straight. Sink low through that front leg, let the body hinge forward. And then press through that front heel to stand up tall, keeping the back leg straight. Sink low to that lunge, pressing the floor away from you to stand. Keeping a nice straight spine, belly's pulled in. Try and see if you can sink so low that you feel a little stretch in the back leg. We're going to add on, so we're going to come into that long lunge, hold it there as you drop the back knee down, and then slowly start sweeping that back leg into the stopper, all the way in. Once you get there, stand up nice and tall. Go again, back leg is straight, sink low into that lunge, drop the back knee, lift the chest, and then pull with that back knee to bring the carriage in. Keep going like this. Try and hold that little stretch at the bottom for a moment with the chest lifted before you drive that carriage back in. Let's go for 2 more here. Last one. And stand up tall. Let's reverse it now. So drop that back knee down first, bend the front leg. Sweep that back leg out from underneath you as you push those hips forward. Lean the chest forward. Press that leg out to straight. And then stand up tall, bend that back knee in. Drop the back knee down. Press the hips forward as you let that back knee swing out from underneath you. Keep the chest tall. Lean the body forward, straighten that leg and lift it. Press through the heel to come in. Keep going like this. So think of it like the reverse of what we were just doing. Let's go for one more like this. Beautiful work. All right, drop that back knee down. Press the hips forward, tuck the tailbone under, and then slowly let that back knee slide out just until you feel a stretch in the very top of that back hip. Same arm as the front leg goes onto that leg. Reach the other arm overhead, let the body lean over to the side. If you're not feeling this, just let that back leg slide out a little bit further, but make sure you're really pressing the hips forward, squeezing the glutes. Good, releasing out of that. We're gonna sink even deeper. Keep the tuck. Let that back knee slide out even further. Really find that deep stretch in the very top of the hip without letting the lower back take it. Breathing here. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands onto the foot bar. Let yourself lean forward, let that back leg relax. Let everything relax. If you want to bring your elbows down onto the foot bar, you can do that too. Breathing. Then we're going to turn the toes and the knee of this front leg out to the side. A little bit of pressure inside the knee. Open up a little bit of external rotation through this front hip. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Face the toes and the knee forward. Use the foot bar to help yourself come all the way in. And that is us all done, guys. I hope you had a great session, and I will see you in the next one.